Karibu everyone to this webinar. We have started bang on time, and I think that's a great thing. So let's just get started. I'll start by just giving a short introduction about ISA, and then I'll just hand it over to Christine and the team. And yeah, so essentially we've been around for a while. We are now heading for 12 years, since 2014. But we've remained true to what we offer, which is really just building skills in marketing and brand communications. And we are working very closely with the industry in doing this, in developing skills for various individuals as well as organizations. So in terms of industry, we are aligning a lot also with various associations and organizations that I'll show you just now. In terms of our approach is that we do not take an academic approach, but what we do is primarily focus on what's going on in the real world. And you will note that even as we go along, that even all our trainers, they're not career trainers or career teachers, but they do what they do as professionals in marketing, in advertising, in communications, and we get them on board to now train us on real life skills. The real skills rather. And yeah, so these are some of the partners that we work with. Besides the Chartered Institute of Marketing, there are also other programs that we have partnered with these organizations. And these are the industry bodies that we are very proudly aligned to. So just to take you through the offering very quickly from beginning to end, we at the very start we have a program that we call the integrated brand communications, which is ideally for people who are straight out of university. It has a component called the apprentice for people straight out of university, because it's accompanied with an opportunity to work as an apprentice, and after that then you get into the job market. But also for early stage employees who want to get either in advertising or marketing. We're also finding to a big extent a lot of creatives, your graphic designers, your art directors, your copywriters, and people like that who just want to understand advertising more holistically so that they're able to run their agencies more effectively. So this program is actually really ideal for people like that. So as mentioned, the apprentice program, in fact, those logos we showed you earlier on are the key organizations that we partner with, so that the students, as they go through the program, get an opportunity also to learn from experts from those organizations, but also get an opportunity to work with them as an apprentice. So we're quite happy and excited about those partners that we have. And then the core of today will be on the CIM program. So as ISA, we focus on the diploma, the CIM level 6 diploma. You will note as we go along that there are also other levels. There's level 3, level 4, level 6, and level 7. But we have opted to focus on level 6. That is where the highest threshold of people are. And also it complements the other programs that we are offering. So for example, you can do integrated brand communications as a start, and then transition into CIM level 6. And we found that there's a very high success rate of people who decide to take that direction, because level 6 is for people who basically have experience already, probably for 5 years is what we're looking for at a minimum. And then ultimately, we also have master classes, which are just short, either 1 or 2 day classes. We do this a lot, especially with corporates, but just tailor making something for you. Or sometimes here and there, we do have experts in certain areas who run 1 or 2 day master classes. So that covers the spectrum of the programs that you'll find at ISA. And today we are focusing on CIM, which I will now allow Christine to just quickly introduce, because I know Deepa needs to come in straight after her introduction, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so Christine, over to you.
Thank you so much. I think because of time, I'll allow Deepa to come in and just share with us her experience. And, for the audience who are with us, Deepa is a linguist. So I don't know if she can greet us in Japanese. Deepa, over to you.
Thank you. Konnichiwa, everyone. My name is Deepa Shah, and I have been a CIM lecturer for over 18 years with CIM and also done CIM. And I have got a huge span of experience in marketing, different fields, um, FMCG, pharmaceutical, banking. I currently have my own consultancy, and of course, lecturing has been my passion. And yes, I do speak quite a bit of languages. I hold a master's in digital marketing. I'm a certified digital marketing trainer, and also hold qualifications from CIM, and also I've done other various marketing courses relating to marketing. So yeah, marketing is in my blood. At the end of the day, all what I say, those who are joining CIM, there are 3 Ds that you need to follow. Discipline. One thing we always want that students have to be disciplined. Number 2, you have to have the dedication. Once you have the dedication, nothing will pull you back, and the determination to move forward. And with these 3 Ds, believe me, you can go anywhere. You will complete your level 6. Okay. I know it comes to a point that sometimes you feel frustrated. Oh, everybody does. Oh, I'm not moving forward. But you know what? CIM is a qualification that helps you to think critically, that helps you to understand what's happening in the market, that helps you to understand your consumers. And then you need to use your 3 A's, which is always ask your tutor questions, but that does not mean you should not answer. Always answer, and always appreciate your lecturers. Believe me, they're putting in a lot of work. They're putting in their dedication, their time, their resources, sharing their knowledge. And this is where they are giving you the best to reach the peak of your career. So wishing you all a very a good journey in the CIM, and looking forward to engaging with some of you who I will be supporting. And thank you, Christine.
Thank you so much, Deepa. I hope our audience today have mastered the 3 Ds. And yeah, so please feel free to put in your questions in the chat. We will address them after the webinar at the end. So I'll just proceed, and then I'll invite the other trainers. So I hope you're able to see my screen. About the Chartered Institute of Marketing, it is one of the largest and oldest professional body for marketers globally, and with a history. Sorry, I just lost it. With a history that spans over 100 years, it represents massive worldwide network of around 30,000 members and sets the international benchmark for marketing knowledge, professionalism through its recognized qualifications. So why CIM? You may be asking yourself this. So number one, it's the second most sought after qualification after university degrees. I think we have seen this from our applicants, and also 75% of the graduates really highly recommend CIM to other marketers, and 35% of market leaders hold a CIM qualification. I think at the moment right now, CIM is a leading qualification for a lot of marketers, and so yeah, it stands out, giving you the global competitive edge. And then 1 in 3 graduates earn a promotion or pay rise within the 12 months. Why ISA? Why take your CIM level 6 at ISA? Number one, we have a high success rate. This comes also from the level of experience of our trainers, and also the level of learner support that we offer to the students in terms of reminding you of, you have an LMS platform, which now the admin will share later on, but you'll be able to get your recordings there for class recordings. And then we also have expert faculty. As I said, our trainers have 10 years experience in marketing, and they also have a CIM qualification. We also offer industry exposure from what the various events that we normally have for marketers, and also we have flexible learning, which means all our classes for CIM are purely virtual, and they're once a week, from 6 to 8 p.m. So at least you're able to catch up. So these are our trainers. Today we have Frederick Nzioki and Angel Katusia, who are the trainers for this February intake. So Frederick Nzioki will be handling strategy and planning module, which is a mandatory module, and Angel Katusia will be handling the societal impact. Melanie Hapisu, Pauline Joroge, and Yandia Gashago also handle different modules. And then, as Deepa has already introduced herself, she will be also handling strategy and planning module. So at this point, I'd like to introduce Frederick Nzioki, who will now answer all the questions concerning CIM and what he will cover. Karibu sana, Frederick.
Okay, thank you very much, Christine. That's quite a hefty introduction. And good evening, everyone, and it's a pleasure to see you all. Welcome you once again to this open day, so we can be able to discuss some of the expectations that we have for the CIM courses that we are going to undertake in the next few months. It's always a pleasure for me. My name is, like I said, Frederick Nzioki, and many people know me as Fred Kamunziu. I used to do a number of marketing stuff. Currently, I'm also doing my PhD, pursuing my PhD at Strathmore University, just about to get done with that. But in the meantime, before that, let me give you a short history about myself. I have done quite a bit of marketing work, more than 25 or 26 years in marketing and sales right across the country and East Africa. I started off in Nevaredi sometime in 1996. That's a long time ago. I'm sure many people might not relate to such kind of an experience. But I started off in sales, worked my way into EABL, launched Tusker Project Fame. Those who know Tusker Project Fame, I was the first person to launch that. And then, of course, did quite a number of things: Tusker sponsorships, Tusker Project Fame, Tusker Sports, Tusker Safari Sevens, the famous Tusker Safari Sevens. And then, of course, did a number of relaunches for brands, Pilsner, White Cup. And then after that, I went to Ketepa, sponsored the first Ketepa packaging, or rather initiated the first Ketepa packaging in Dubai. We were packaging tea in Dubai. And then, of course, went to Mumias. And of course, I've had a stint at the Nairobi City County. And then after that, I do consulting work right now with various organizations, including GIZ, FSD. And then also, of course, I run my own outfit. It's called Management Technologies, recently registered. And of course, I also do a personal business. I run a restaurant in Kitengela. It's called Alma Hotel. If you pass by there, you'll find me sometimes just practicing some of the business skills that I've acquired over the years. So yeah, so that's me. I will be taking you guys through what we call strategy and planning module. And if you allow me, I will just put a few slides just so you can be able to follow through some of the things that we'll cover. So just give me 1 second. Let me try and put this up. Yeah, so I hope you can all see my screen. And so I'll just begin by quickly running through why marketing strategy and planning. Because you know the essence of marketing in an organization, and this was summarized very well by Philip Kotler, is the art of finding clever ways to dispose of what you make. That is not marketing, but it's the art of creating genuine customer value. So strategy and planning becomes very important in the art of creating that value. And so I've talked about myself, so I don't need to repeat about that. The only thing I can say right now is I'm involved in a program with Juakali, where we are trying to create several clusters that Juakali can be able to perform some of the expectations that it's supposed to do. And I was involved in writing the first strategic plan for Juakali sector about that. So this module will give you advanced skills in planning and marketing at strategic level. And then you should be able to use the planning frameworks that you learn in this module so that can create excellent plans for your organizations and continue to deliver on the organization strategy. Remember, strategy is always looking from outside inside, but it also has an element where you look inside, and then you can be able to understand how to relate both of them and to execute the creation of excellent value outside. So if there's some things that you'll take out of this course, the first one is about acquiring a proficient understanding on how to conduct marketing audit. That is now looking internally, marketing trend analysis, looking externally, and how to use insights from outside to generate strategic options. That's where we'll come and talking about our STP, that is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. And then now out of that, you can be able to deliver plans that will deliver on your organization's value. And then you can now also learn how to recommend improvements based on the metrics that you get out of your learning and your insights. And then also to develop further plans, supporting plans, that's the digital brand and marketing communications, and then how to integrate that overall to support your marketing goals for the organization. So if there are any key takes that you should learn out of this outcome, this is actually the core of marketing leadership, marketing strategy and planning. So your outcomes here, there are going to be 6 learning outcomes. And the first one is about how to understand the organization's priorities, your purpose, the vision, mission, and how to deliver, make sure that that is related to the marketing strategy. And then how to draw insights, how to develop the plan, how to understand how to align the supporting plans to your plans, to your marketing plans, and the implementation plans, and eventually to critically evaluate the results and the measurements. And then one of the things I have to emphasize about CIM is that CIM is very strong on metrics and measurements. So you've got to be very clear, and you've got to be very ready to receive the kind of the various matrices. And one of the things we've been accused as marketers before is that we used to be big talk and very little figures. And so CIM is very strong on emphasis about metrics and the logic behind why you're saying a specific plan has performed and has not performed. So out of the 6 learning outcomes, I'm going to be dealing with all of them, but I want to emphasize specifically on these 5 outcomes, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, that there'll be a set of review and practice questions that I will continuously set to you as students and also rather as learners. And I will emphasize on what we call the e-books. You'll find them online. Timekeeping and participation is very important. And we're going to have guidance and personalized attention. And I'm going to carry out this with the collaboration of my colleague, Deepa. Deepa has just introduced herself. And so that's going to be very important, especially when you're developing your marketing plan, because one of the things that you're going to be assessed on is how well you develop a marketing plan for an organization of your choice. And then there's going to be some articles that I'll send through. Then you can also log into the EBSCO portal and see what kind of other learning materials you can get from there. And finally, discussions and consultations, just like Deepa said, are very important. Please do not feel lost in the sea when you find that there's an area you do not understand. We are always on call. I get a lot of calls and I get a lot of consultations regarding the subject matter. And so for my passion, like I said, is about sharing knowledge. And my vision, if I could call it that, is the use of knowledge to advance peaceful means of business development. So I always thrive. I like when we are sharing information, sharing data, sharing new insights, sharing knowledge so that we can grow together. I'm a lifetime learner. That's what I call myself because at my age, I'm still learning. So there's never a time that I will find that I'm not learning. And I always love it when I'm discussing stuff with my learners and myself alongside. So this course will prepare you to be at the center of marketing strategy development and planning, especially at the senior level of marketing for both product and service firms. So I look forward to interacting with you, and I look forward to sharing a lot of knowledge with you guys. And please enjoy yourselves. That is a key to success in this course. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Frederick, for that presentation. I hope it was clear to everyone. Please feel free to reach out or to put your question in the chat. We will be ready to answer. So for the next session, I would like to invite Angel Katusia to share with us about societal impact and her experience. Karibu sana, Angel.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry, I'm not able to be on camera. I'm attending to an emergency, a family emergency, but that's how I look for anybody who might think I'm familiar. I'm really excited to be here today and to see the number of people excited to do CIM. And I believe the course that I handle is one of the most exciting, the one that you really need for this stage of your marketing career. It's probably the newest, probably not the old trend, but where marketing is heading. And I hope to see you guys soon in class. So my name is Angel Katusia. I'm a communication leader with about 15 years of experience. I'm a journalist at heart. I practiced in some local Kenyan media houses for about 7 years. Thereafter, I joined Ogithi and Mather, where I handled a number of corporate and non-governmental organizations for PR and account management. And then I moved to the development sector, where I'm currently at. I currently work at an organization called Women Lift Health. And for me, it's not even about what Women Lift Health does. It's just how purposeful we are and how impactful, how intentional we are about impact and how we communicate our impact. And I think this is what this course is about. Just to start us over, I'll just like us to think for a moment what societal issues matter to you as a person, as an organization, and also maybe not, because maybe you'll try think and you don't have any in your head because probably they've not been things that are on top of your mind or at top of the work that you do. But never mind if you have some or if you don't have. So think about climate, inequality, gender, trust in institutions or brands. And whatever comes to mind or whatever that didn't come to mind, that's exactly why this course is important to you, and that's why it begins today. Because marketing today doesn't exist in a vacuum. The traditional marketing trends are gone. It exists in a real world where people matter and where people are asking more questions about what is this organization, what is this brand doing to me as a person.
Excuse me, Angel, your slides are not moving.
Yes, they were not meant to be moving.
Oh.
Sorry for that. Yeah, so just trying to give an overview of that. But why does this module really matter? We're living in a very rapid world. The world is changing, whether it's technology, whether it's customers are being more vocal, whether it's Gen Zs expecting purpose from brands. Climate pressure is real. I know that is a discussion most of you probably have had locally and internationally. Trust in brands is fragile. Brands are trending on social media every day because of quality or not being truthful in what they deliver. And organizations are being held accountable like never before by the consumers. So marketing is no longer just about visibility and sales, spending money on billboards and saying that we are visible and we are selling. It's about the values that brand stand for, organization. It's about the impact and how you communicate it. And it's about how organizations then show up in society where real people live and support those brands as consumers. So today's marketers are then being asked very difficult questions to do something bigger than just to show us and sell to us. They are being asked to contribute to societal effects, whether it's climate, whether it's gender, whether it's inequality. People want to see brands in those areas. And therefore, this is why this societal impact module is so critical right now. So you might have been in marketing and doing the usual good strategies, selling, but your consumers are evolving. And the best thing you have to do is to evolve with your consumers. So this course will equip you with practical skills to navigate the complexities of current consumer. You'll learn how to understand the changing societal and environmental landscapes, analyze organizational responsibility and impact. And this will go into deeper if you will definitely join us, just to see how can we measure, how can you communicate impact authentically, not just for the purpose of looking inclusive, but authentically being inclusive in how you do your marketing. We'll build sustainable, inclusive marketing strategies, apply ethics, equity, diversity, and inclusion framework that you can include in your day-to-day work, and measure both businesses' outcome. We will not only measure profits here, we'll also learn how to measure societal outcomes, and that is what most consumers are currently getting to love. But most importantly, we'll learn how to translate purpose into action. And as I began saying that, as much as I've had a longer journey in communication, for me, impact has been something that has really changed how I communicate to people. I just don't want to communicate results. What are those results, or how are those results impacting communities and impacting people at large? And how can I communicate that in the best way for them to be able to consume my messaging as a marketer or as a communicator in the best way possible? So we'll not just be talking about sustainability, because most people, when they hear environment, they hear equity, they think about, planting trees. But we'll learn how to include purposefully those messaging in our communications as marketers. So embedding these principles into our strategies, decision making, and marketing practices on a day-to-day basis. So this is where we will be able to move, from good intentions, like looking like we do good, to real world application that we actually do that good as an organization. So how will we learn? So this is a very, I want to say, speeded up session. It will take about 10 interactive sessions, one per week, 2 hours at a time. It's practical, discussion-based, and grounded in real examples. Definitely, there are frameworks that we'll need to look at, but largely is applicability and how we can use these frameworks in our day-to-day lives. So you will see theories, but those theories matter if then we can't translate them into action that we can use them daily in our work as marketers. So we'll use a lot of case studies to make sure we analyze what are we talking about and how does it apply in our real life. We'll also do some reflections and applications to your organizations. You can give examples that match the organizations that you work with, or organizations that are closer to the organization that you work with. Assessment is also applied, but these will be definitely self-assessment and discussions in class. Exam is by CIM, so we will make sure that we give you all the good frameworks, theories, case studies, and applications that will ensure that when you sit on for your assessment, you are fully equipped to be able to pass this course. We've had really good success rates in the past, and I'm looking forward to just seeing how the next class will be, and I'm guaranteed for sure they'll also have really good success rate. So what's your role as a person? For sure, impact and societal impact is a really big shift. Marketers today are no longer just going to tell stories, as I said, going to sell or going to just advertise. You are supposed to influence and change behavior and shape perception of how people perceive your organizations or your brands. And therefore, increasingly you are going to be a change maker, not just a marketer, and you're going to widen your skills and expertise and open up yourself for bigger roles in organizations that are very keen on sustainability, on impact. Those are the organizations that definitely will give you an opportunity to practice what I believe you guys are passionate about. So the modules will help you step out confidently, that you know what you are going to do in those roles. You'll gain tools, strategic thinking that is needed to influence leadership and design purposeful campaigns and help organizations respond meaningfully to today's challenges. If you've been listening to me, I just don't say that marketers are communicating or marketers are doing this work. For me, the word purpose and how we do that purposefully is very important, that this course is going to give you that. And you will stand out because I would say for sure that most marketers in the past do not have this skill, and they are also catching up to be able to evolve with the current consumer, with the current technologies, with the current expectations. So as I wrap up, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to meeting some of you who would choose this course, but I want to tell you for sure, you must actually choose this course if you're passionate about growing your marketing career to the next level, to where the consumers are thinking, to where the world is going to become broader for you as an expert in marketing, because we just don't want to lock ourselves in routine. We want to think differently, do things differently, evolve even as the world is evolving. So I'll leave it there, and I'm open to answer any questions that come by.
Thank you so much, Angel. I think it is, as you say, it's time for us to evolve. And I don't know if there are any questions from our audience. You can unmute yourself. Our trainers will be happy to take any questions at this point, or you can just put it in the chat. Is there anyone with a question? Maybe clarification? All right. Okay, so we'll proceed. Let me just share my screen. So we'll proceed with now the in-depth explanation now about the CIM Level 6 program. And I hope you can see my screen. So with the new syllabus that was introduced in 2024, late 2024, there are other modules that CIM introduced, and they also renamed others. So with this new syllabus, there are 3 routes. There's route 1, which now contains the mandatory module, strategy and planning. You've heard from Frederick Nzioki. And then there's step 2, we have electives, commercial intelligence and societal impact. And then we have step 3, the elective modules. And if you can be able to see, there's no much difference between route 1 and route 2. The only difference is that for route 2, CIM introduced special award modules, which include AI in marketing, which we'll be offering in June, as well as e-commerce. So while you will have selected 2 modules in step 3 for route 1, for route 2, you will only select 1 module in step 3, and the other module will be covered in step 4. So each route will give you 50 credits. So there is the extended route that also CIM. Yes. Yes, Susan. Susan, yes.
I can see there's a question for Angel on the chat.
All right. Okay. Sorry, please go ahead. Is it
on the chat?
On the chat. So Wahinya Masharia asks, so for societal impact, it leans more into impact than just business outcomes? Angel, are you able to respond to that?
Yes, I will. So thanks for that. And I think it's both. Societal impact absolutely looks beyond traditional business metrics like sales or reach, which mostly people look at traditionally, but it replaces them. It doesn't replace them. So we will not say that we will not measure that. What this module teaches is how to balance business performance with societal value. So instead of asking only, did this campaign convert to sales, we'll also need to ask, did it improve people's lives? Did it reduce harm or inequality, depending on the field you are in? Did it build long-term trust or loyalty for your brand? Did it contribute positively to communities or the environment? I know a lot of corporates do a lot of CSR. Your CSR just PR opportunities, or do they have long-term impact on communities? And therefore, people start loving your brand because of the work you do in the community. So modern organizations are expected to deliver both sales and impact. And in this course, you'll learn how to design strategies that are very commercially sound, but also socially responsible. Because sustainable businesses are the ones that create value for society, not just the stakeholders who invest in them. So it's definitely both, and yes and no for the question. I hope that answers your question. Does it? Wahinya?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I see there's another question from Monique. Is there a project for strategy and planning? Maybe Frederick, you can respond to the class also. Sorry, the learners.
Yeah, thank you. I've just actually responded there. There is a project in strategy and planning. You'll be expected to develop a strategic marketing plan based on what you've learned through the course. And the plan should be able to show how you are going to deliver on your organization's objectives. So yes, there's a project. It will come within, as the course progresses, you will be informed on when to start on working on the project. And at one point, one of the classes, I think we will have myself and Deepa assess each of your plans and help you to make your plans more solid. And remember that project, once you submit it, your organization actually, once you submit that project, you will be examined on that project as well. So the examination comes in two parts. The project itself, and then also the multiple choice questions, or rather the questions that will come based on your plan, what you wrote in the plan, just to make sure that you've solidified your plan and it's your plan and you have done it to the best way as required by CIM. So I see another question there. Can the marketing plan apply for those in entrepreneurship? Absolutely. Yes, it does. What do you mean by entrepreneurship? Is it an entrepreneurship course or your own personal entrepreneurship? Because definitely what happens is this, they ask you to make a choice of an organization. So you choose either where you work or you choose an organization where you can be able to get marketing data. And then if it is your own business, the better, because you'll be doing a marketing plan that is practical to your business. And then from there, we will take you through the steps of how to do the plan and make sure that you deliver on the plan. And then from there, once the plan is ready for submission, then the CIM, of course, will take it, assess it, but then now they'll require you to sit an examination, and they will examine you on your plan, on what you've written there in the plan. I hope that makes sense, or rather, you've understood how it works.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone else with a question? I think we'll respond.
Yeah, I can see. Sorry, I can see Shane Jogu is asking, what happens if you don't have an organization you're working for? Well, you obviously will be required. You know somebody who can be able to give you some information about an organization that you are affiliated to, either an organization you've worked for before or an organization that you know a friend who works there. So it's just for you to make a choice of an organization that actually makes sense to the module, but also where you can actually be able to apply the principles that you learn in the module to the plan. So it doesn't you don't have to be working for a specific organization for you to write a plan on that organization. But when you choose an organization, please make sure you choose an organization where you can be able to obtain lots of data, because that data is what you use to be able to write out your plan.
Maybe just to add on that, what Fred is saying, definitely you may not be working somewhere, but these courses can also be preps for you if you are searching for a job, if you are planning to do your business. So you can look around and see what organizations mirror what you are passionate about and how can that help you. So we would love we don't just want to deal with people working, but we also want to build fresh, talent that will go to workspaces or to become business owners with good strategic approaches to how they approach their businesses and their works.
Thank you so much for that clarification, Angel and Frederick. Jude, we see your response there. Yes, for some of us, even in senior leadership roles, there are confidentiality clauses in our contract. I think maybe, Frederick, you can also clarify on that. Maybe where students get the confidentiality clauses, how they can go around it.
Well, a lot of times you do not have to give the exact data for that organization. But again, if you find that there are too prohibitive confidentiality clauses that you are not able to disclose some of the information, well, CIM allows you to make assumptions or to make guesses or informed guesses, things that may not exactly be the reality, and then you can give a disclaimer that say that this is for examination purposes. And if you find that it's too much, then we can allow you to change the organization, so you don't work on the organization that you work for, but you can work on a friend's organization that can be able to give you the information. A lot of times it's not exactly for you to do a plan that you're going to present to your organization or you're going to present to CIM, which is based on your organization 100%. It is actually more for learning. So when we choose, we'll help you in the organization. You come up with 3 organizations, and then you can be able to maybe whittle down based on how much information you can be able to get, or how much data you can be able to get for each of the organization. And then, because that is what is going to help you through the learning course. So don't worry about having to disclose confidential information for the organization. Sometimes you can actually even go, like for example, I remember one time we had somebody who was working on the insurance industry, and a lot of times for insurance industry, actually you just go to the data from insurance. I think it's AIK, Association of Insurance Practitioners in Kenya. You get data for free. So you can choose to pick an organization from there, and then that can be able to help you to work out and avoid you having to disclose information which you think is confidential for your organization. So sometimes you can pick an organization that is in the public domain. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Frederick. Allow me to proceed with the presentation. I'll just run through. So for CIM, as I said, with the new syllabus, there's the route 1, route 2, and now there's the extended route. Extended route, which basically means that you do one route and then you add another module. So instead of doing 4 modules, you will be doing 5 modules. So mode of delivery for our CIM program is the required number of modules is 4, So for the 4 modules, it's total 50 credits, and 1 module takes 3 months. So for strategy and planning or in societal impact, once they begin in February, they will end in April. So it's purely virtual, once a week from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. depending on the modules. And there are 10 classes. So this is the calendar, which is also on our website. In terms of administration matters, the assessments will be done online. So what happens is CIM requires you to, have, do your assessments in a clean and silent room because you will need to open your camera. And also, so for strategy and planning, it also has a specific window in which you're supposed to book for the assessment as well as sit for the assessments. For assessment pass mark, for CIM, the pass mark is 60%. If you fail for any module, you are required to retake. You can retake the classes or you can retake the assessment. And then in terms of learning and support, we normally have, as I said, Zoom interactive sessions. There are there are polls at the end of each class, at least to give us real-time feedback in terms of how you found that class. There's also feedback that we give to the trainers that help them improve. And then also there are recordings and notes. As I said, we have a learning management system where now all classes are recorded. And in case you miss one class, you're able to catch up with the recordings. And then there's also a consistent trainer, which is also important. And admin is always there via WhatsApp. You can contact her via email, in case you have any questions. Apart from that, for strategy and planning, as I said, as Frederick has really explained about the marketing plan that you need to come up with. So this one is just as he has said, there's a assignment that you need to work on and also render to CIM. Thereafter, you will receive now a multiple choice based assessment based on now what you have come up with. And then the learner sends assignment to admin for plagiarism check. That is also important. So the assignment also for strategy and planning is uploaded on your My CIM student portal, which I will cover later on. And yes, so this is the CIM journey. There's the membership which you need to pay, and then which now allows you to have access to your own My CIM student portal. And then now through that, you will be able to book your assessments from there and also learn more about the CPD program. This is how your My CIM student portal looks like. So when you pay the £65, when you log in, this is now the home page, how it looks like. It has the My Development Guides and Template, and this is under the home page. It has your My CIM, membership number. So in case of anything, you can always contact CIM directly and they will respond. And then under studying tab or page, you get your assessments, record and review, assessment guidance. As you can see, CIM is really intense, not intense, but properly laid out in case you need anything from them, in case you need support and study materials, it is there on your My CIM student portal. So actually what we advise students is that you need to pay your membership fee of £65, which is around 11,000 at the beginning of your classes so that you can be able to access all these reading materials, because without this you will not be able to get reading materials and resources that you can supplement with what the trainer provides in class. So it is important for you to pay your membership fee in your 3rd week of learning thereabout, and then now you'll be able to also get more information from your My CIM student portal. So apart from now the important dates and your results and qualification, it also has the research databases, as Frederick has shared. It also has the guides and templates, the Catalyst magazine. It's really resourceful to the student, the My CIM student portal. So another thing I'd like to share is the CIM UK calendar. So what happens is, for example, so this for CIM, as I said earlier, there's there's a booking window which you need, which is now the window in which you pay your assessment fee of £135. And then now there is the test window, which is now the day that you are able to sit for your assessment, your 2 hours assessment. So this admin normally shares with this class. So for each module, like for strategy and planning and societal impact, there's a set window in which now admin will share during the class. So it's only for you to prepare yourself to have the funds to make the payment. And so there's another challenge that also happens is that once you pay the £135, for example, I'll use this row. I hope you're able to see the new August 2025 S1 session 1. For example, if that was the window that you have booked, you've paid your £135. Let's say you paid 8th July or maybe 16th August, and you did not sit for it where it is written online test window 25th August and 26th September. There is a deferment policy that CIM has, which now you will need to pay. You will need to pay again the £135. But if you book and if you have made the payment, the booking payment of £135, and you differ within the period that CIM has given, you'll only differ with the £60 payment. So that is also really strict. So it's also for you to note that once you have made you'd rather not book within a certain window if you're not prepared to sit for it with the window that CIM has given. So there's the fee structure. We have 5,000 registration fee. Tuition fee per module is 33,000. Assessment fee for strategy planning, 5,000. This one, both the ones indicated in Kenya shillings are payable directly to ISA. And then annual membership fee of £65. This is now for you to be able to get your own access to your own MyCIM student portal. And then now assessment fee for each module of £135. Even if you're doing 5 modules, you will have to pay each module. So that is it from us today. You can, there's a poll that we'll launch. Please feel free to, just put in your response in case you want to join, to enroll. We are here. You can always reach out. Our contact is also on our website, and we will be glad to have you. Is our admin with us? Mercy, are you with us?
Yes, Christine, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, please introduce yourself to our guests.
Okay, good evening to all who have attended, and thank you for taking the time to join us for this open day. A lot has been shared, and I appreciate all that has been shared from both our trainers and my colleagues at ISA. So mine will be very brief, even in the interest of time. As has been said, the admin role is to offer support. So once you have engaged with the course advisor and have been able to make your payments for the membership and the classes, then what the role of admin is to just onboard you in terms of sharing with you our link that enables you to, and a guide that enables you to join the learning management platform, learning management system platform, where you'll be able to access the class recordings. And then something else that was mentioned is that within the class, so class groups within WhatsApp, that allows for communication, interactive communication, and it is free, where you can ask questions, you can engage with your fellow classmates. And so as has been emphasized, the learning experience is as interactive as you make it out to be. And from an admin point of view, we ensure that you get the entire support that you need from the beginning to end. So for those who are still thinking about taking the class, I hope that this open day has been helpful in terms of your decision making. And for everyone who joins, we look forward.
Thank you so much. That was it for our open day for today. Please feel free to reach out and enjoy your evening. Goodbye. Until next time.